Okay then guys, so the first thing we're going to do is actually create our zone. So you need to go on your phone or your laptop. Um, on the left side here, you'll see console. You're going to click on that. It brings up the command. So we're able to put in our commands of what we need. So the first thing we're going to type in zones dot create custom zone. And that's all we're going to type, zones dot create custom zone. Then we're going to leave a gap. Now we need to actually choose a name for our zone. It can be wherever you want. Just make sure it is something that you are not going to forget, because you will need this again. Just the purpose of this video, I'm just going to type in test for now. Put it in brackets. Make sure you got it in brackets, guys. There we go. So that's the name of our zone sorted. So the next thing we're going to need now is to actually put in our coordinates. So from the first part of the video, as I said, you've had your coordinates, so type them in now. So we need to have the open brackets, and then we're just going to type in the X, Y, and Z coordinates. Okay, so mine was minus 978.0, comma to separate the next number, 2.5, comma 1481.5, close the bracket. There we go, and these are our coordinates. So next thing to do, so I want my zone to be 45 degrees in a clockwise direction. So we're going to type in 45. So that's 45 degrees in a clockwise direction. That's going to actually create just by typing in 45. And then we're going to leave a bit of a gap there. So the next thing I want to do is actually choose the shape of my zone. So you can either have it as a square or you can have it as a circle. If you want it as a square, you literally just have to type in box. And mine's going to be a square. If you want it to be a circular zone, you're going to have to type in sphere, which is S-P-H-E-R-E, by the way, just in case anyone gets a little bit confused. My pronunciation is not the best at the moment. I'm still getting quite the hang of trying to record and talk to myself. So yeah, bear with me. So now we need to actually choose the size of the zone. So obviously this is going to be completely your choice. I have done a little bit of playing around with this. At the moment, the biggest size I've been able to gain is a box of 225 by 225 by 225. That is the maximum it's allowed me to do so far. I don't know if that's going to change at all in the future or near future, or whether it has actually changed already. I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've actually gone ahead and do it. So yeah, just if you want to work it out yourself, or you can just copy mine, is completely up to you. But yeah, this is oh, should I have put 255? It should be 225. Sorry. So yeah, just create your zone size. So yeah, mine's 225. And put that in closing brackets. There we go. So the next part now. So I want to create my zone as a PvP area. So all we're going to do is put in one for yes. So yes, I want my PvP area in this zone. If you want it as a PvE area, just type 0 for no. And then we're going to leave a gap between that number. So the next one is to actually allow NPCs to damage other players. So I want NPCs to damage other players in my zone, so I'm going to type in 1. Yet again, if you don't want that to happen, just put 0 instead. So yeah, make sure you leave a gap. The next one is going to be about the radiation in your zone. So with my zone, I want my zone to have no radiation at all, so I'm just going to put 0. You can put as much radiation in as you want, whether it's 10%, 20%, or upwards. I wouldn't recommend that you do more than 52%, unless you're trying to create some kind of no-go zone, because as soon as someone goes in, they're just going to die instantly if it starts going over 52. So the next one then. So this is actually going to be for if people are allowed to raid the buildings within this zone. So I want mine as a little bit of a PvP area. So I'm just going to put 1, which says yes, people can raid the buildings within that zone. And then the next one, and it is the final one. The next one is whether you want allow people to actually build in that zone, to actually build bases in that zone. So to me, it's kind of pointless, really. If you've got a zone, I want people to build in it, so I'm going to put 1 for yes. Yet again, if it's some kind of an event area, you can just put that to 0. And no one will be able to build. They can try and build, but it will not allow them to build whatsoever. Okay, so yeah, that's that done. So we're just going to hit enter. Just keep an eye on the screen. There we go. Created custom zone. Successfully create zone test. So that's the name of my server, test. So that would have gone in now. Just make sure that you have got that saying successfully. If it doesn't come up as successfully, it means that you've probably haven't left a gap in between, or you've missed a comma or an opening or closing bracket. So just go over it again. It has to be quite accurate. Just the smallest mistake can obviously make it not work. Okay, guys. So yeah, that is literally our zone created. Now our zone is created. As I said before, this is now to edit our zone. So this is to add the color that you've seen on my previous video. We can also include, if you want, like as you're leaving or entering the zone, we can also add that text coming up on the in-game screen as well. So I can show you all of that. That's not a problem. It is pretty simple, and it will be quite quick for me to do for you now. It won't take us too long at all. Okay then, so we got our zone up and running. Now we need to edit the zone. So we're just going to type in zones dot edit custom zone, and then we're going to put it in brackets, the name of the zone that you just named on the previous part when you created your zone. So mine was test. Make sure you spell exactly the same, even if you use capitals. It has to be exactly the same as you spelled it before. Make sure you put the brackets on opening and the closing. Gonna leave a gap. So we want that area to be shown. So we're gonna type show area and then a gap, and then we're going to put 1. So 1 is for yes, 0 is for no. So zone.edit custom zone, the name of the actual zone that you've created, and then type in show area, and then 1 for yes. So then that one and enter, and there we go. It says successfully changed show area from true to true. So it was already actually active as a basic setting, but that's not always the case. So just make sure you type that in. Each one of these do have to need to be done actually separate. I did try doing them all in bulk once, but not every setting works. So it is something you have to do one by one, unfortunately. So we're going to type it in again. So zones dot edit custom zone bracket again, name of our server, sorry, the name that we should have pound sign it. As I said, just be careful, it is quite hard to get it right sometimes. So yeah, name of our zone that you created. Okay, and now we're going to actually add that magenta color. So we're going to type in color as COLOR. Yes, not the best spelling, but that's the way that it has to be put in. And then we're going to do the open bracket. We're going to type in 255, comma 0, comma 255. We're going to close that bracket. There we go. So this is just for the magenta color. There are other colors. I believe there's 3 other colors. I think there's green, blue, and green, blue, and maybe a purple. I'm not too sure, but it does go by the numbers. If someone does want other colors, just let me know in the comments, and I will show you how to do the other numbers to get the other colors as well. That's not a problem whatsoever. So if we go ahead, we're going to hit enter. There we go. Successfully changed color from 255, 255. There we go. So that was already as a common thing anyway, but that's fine because that's probably just where I've already have a zone. There we go. So the next one then, we're going to do it again. So zones dot edit custom zone bracket, the name that we called our zone again. There we go. Perfect. So this one is going to be, if you want messages then, to enter and leave a zone. Okay, so first we need to activate the message part of that zone. So we are going to put show chat message. And I'm going to put that to 1 to say yes, activate the show chat message. Make sure you show that message for me, please. We're going to enter. Yet again, make sure it says successfully changed at the top. Mine's going to say true to true because I've already got zone set up already as test. So that's the only reason. On yours, it'll probably go from untrue to true. There we go. So there's that. And now we're going to do the next part. So we're going to type in zones dot edit custom zones. There we go. Name again. And now we're going to type enter message, all one word, enter message after our, see, brackets missed it, type that in. So be really careful, just the slightest mistake can make it not work, so make sure you check it all. So zones.edit custom zone, name of your actual change there, and then enter message. After we typed enter message, we're going to leave a gap, bracket, and then literally type your message. So it could be, so my zone is a PvP zone, so I'm just going to put, just for curiosity, leave in PvP zone. So you can type wherever you want. Make sure you put in open and closing brackets, and then we're just going to go ahead and hit that. There we go, successfully changed enter message from nothing to leaving PvP zone. So whenever you leave that zone now, that's the message that will actually show up when you leave the zone that you've created. So next, entering the zone. Sorry, that was entering the zone, not leaving the zone. I am wrong. What am I on about? Okay, so next we're going to type in zones dot edit custom zone, the name of the zone. Okay, so this is the leave message, right? So we're going to type in leave message. Actually type this, leave message. You have to actually type that. And then open bracket. And yet again, we're just going to go ahead and type. So the other one was wrong. I shouldn't have said leaving zone. I should have said entering PvP zone, not leaving. My mistake. I do apologize. This one should say leaving. PvP zone. Close the bracket. And there we go. Successfully changed leave message from nothing to leaving PvP zone. So yeah, I do apologize, guys. The one before this, the zones.edit custom zone, the name of your server, and then entering the actual zone. So enter message. Make sure you do put the enter message, not the leave a message as I did. It's not a problem though. If you do make a mistake, literally all you have to do is like where I put the enter message as the leave-in message by accident, just type in zones.edit custom zone, the name of your actual zone, and then type in enter message in brackets, just retype your message and then hit enter, and it'll just change the message for you anyway. And you can do that with all of those options. So if you ever change something, you go in game and you're not too happy with it, it's not a problem. You just go back and you can literally just type in that thing again. Make sure you obviously put your zone name in correctly. As long as you've done that, you can change it anytime, whether that's turning on PvP, turning it to PvE, as I said, with the radiation, the chat messages on and off. Obviously, the color, you can have the color without the color if you want just the messages, or if you want just the color, you don't have to type in the messages or show the chat message. But if you want it all, you can have it all as well as I do. I always have the color and the chat messages. As I said, I've only just typed in just for this one magenta color. Magenta seems to be quite popular with everyone these days anyway, but if you do want any of the colors, I believe there is only three other options at the moment. I haven't really found any more, but at the moment I have noticed this three other colors. If you do need any help with adding any other colors, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to help you out. Whether that's just a message, or if you want me to do another video, that's not a problem as well. So I do apologize. I know I'm not the best at the moment. Still quite new to all of this. Literally just done this video. I've had a few comments just asking me how did I actually create the zone from my last video, so I thought I would just help some people out. So yeah, so thank you for watching anyway. And don't forget to subscribe if this channel did help you out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.